Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning to all. We have to start our next unit in 11th standard, which is related to plant physiology. In plant physiology unit, there are four chapters: 11, 12, 13, 14. It's about respiration in plants, photosynthesis, mineral nutrition, and transportation within the plants. Our 11th chapter is transport in plants. Let's talk about this. Various materials have to be transported in the plant body. Uh, will you try to explain which materials needed to be transported in the body of a plant? Plants transport which materials in their body? Try, Khushi.
Water has to be transported from roots to all the parts of the plant body. Then
One,
nutrients absorbed from the soil has to be transported. The
yes,
food prepared by leaves during photosynthesis has to be transported to all the parts of the body. Apart
yes.
from that, gases like CO2 and oxygen also have to be transported.
Yeah, perfect. Excellent answer. So these materials, such as water, minerals, organic food, growth regulators, gases, this stuff needs to be transported. Some of the materials transported upward, some of the materials transported downward, but they needed to be transported. Acha, these transports can be of two types based on a distance. One, short distance transport, and another one, long distance transport. Short distance means from one cell to another adjacent cell. Such transportation occurs from one cell to another cell via diffusion, facilitated diffusion, active transport, etc. Even cytoplasmic streaming. If this is the cell, the materials can be transported from one part of the cell to another part of the cell, from here to there, within the cell. That's called cytoplasmic streaming. If you transport the material from one cell to another cell, again it's a short distance transport. From one cell crossing the wall and membrane, reaching into another cell, it requires diffusion, facilitated diffusion, and active transport. As far as transportation is concerned, at a long distance, let's say from root to stem, from stem to leaves, these type of transportation is called translocation. It is done via xylem and phloem. You see, wait a minute. If materials need to be transported from the root through the stem up to the leaves, or reverse from leaves to the stem to the roots, that is done through two tissues. One is the xylem, another one is the phloem. Water and minerals through xylem, prepared organic material through phloem. So such transportations are called ट्रांसलोकेशंस. उसमें भी xylem सिर्फ अपवर्ड ट्रांसपोर्ट करता है, यूनिडायरेक्शनल. Phloem में transportation is bidirectional, upward as well as downward. First, our focus remains on short distance transportation. Transportation from one cell to another cell. I repeat, transportation from one cell to another cell. This is done through 3 different ways: diffusion, facilitated diffusion, and active transport. First I'm going to explain to you diffusion. वैसे तो 3 different modes है transportation के from one cell to another cell: diffusion, facilitated diffusion, and active transport. First we will discuss about diffusion, then we will discuss about facilitated one, and third about active transport. Let me start with the first one, diffusion. Have a look at this. You can see that the material is getting transported across the cell membrane. From outside, the material is coming inside the cell. The diffusion, a random movement of molecules along the concentration gradient. Have a look at this. Concentration of a material is higher on one side. Concentration of material is lower on another side. And these two sides are separated from each other by a membrane. This setup is said to be having concentration gradient. Different concentrations of the material on either sides of the membrane, this thing is known as concentration gradient. In 2 different regions or 2 different sides of the membrane, if the concentration of the same material is different, we say what is being established? Concentration gradient. You understand what is a concentration gradient? If membrane is taken into account and if the material is also there on either sides of this membrane, but if its concentration is not same on both sides, one side has a higher concentration of material, other side is obviously having lower concentration of the material, we use the word concentration gradient is established. One of you will define what is a concentration gradient and I'll go forward. Next, boliye. Shreya, go ahead.
A concentration gradient is when at one side the concentration is higher and on the other side the concentration of material is lower. We said that a concentration gradient is established.
Exactly. When the concentration of a substance is higher on one side and lower on the other side, we say concentration gradient is established. Moment the concentration gradient gets established, material starts moving from its higher concentration zone to its lower concentration zone. We say material is moving along the gradient. It is moving along the gradient. उसके लिए एक दूसरा वर्ड भी है, डाउनहिल मूवमेंट. आप लिख लेना ये वर्ड्स, है ना, तो बाद में याद रह जाए. So first thing, if there is a concentration gradient established, naturally one side has a higher concentration of substance, other side has a lower. This will drive the material to move from higher side to lower side. Whenever it happens, we say the movement of the substance or molecules is along the gradient. उसके लिए एक शॉर्ट में वर्ड है डाउनहिल मूवमेंट ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूल्स. चलिए, कौन बोलेगा डाउनहिल मूवमेंट ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूल? व्हाट इज द डाउनहिल मूवमेंट ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूल? Galav, your turn.
Yes, sir. The movement of molecule along the concentration gradient is called as downhill movement of molecules.
Yeah, from higher to lower concentration. That is called as downhill movement. आगे जाते हैं. How long will it go on? It will go on until the point when concentration of the molecules or substance is equal on both sides. कब तक चलता है ये movement? Until equilibrium is established. एक word ही use करना. Equilibrium का meaning both sides have a same concentration. So till that point diffusion progresses. चलो कौन explain करेगा how long the diffusion normally progresses or continues? जुगल आप बोलिए.
Yes, sir. Sir, it will last until both sides have the same concentration. That is, have a equilibrium.
Absolutely right. So very nicely explained by Shreya, Galav and Jugal that random movement of molecules along the concentration gradient, that is from high concentration to low concentration, until the point of equilibrium is established, that is known as diffusion. Number one, it's a slow process compared to the other two, active and facilitated transport. Third point, it is a passive process. Passive का meaning क्या होता है? Without energy utility. Diffusion is a passive process which doesn't require energy. So मैं आपको features explain कर रहा हूँ diffusion के. Number one मैंने क्या explain किया? It's a slow process compared to facilitated diffusion and active transport. Second, it's the process which is passive, doesn't require energy. And third, gases can move from across the membrane, cell membrane and come in the cell. Water can come like this. Other lipid soluble materials जिसको कहते हैं हाइड्रोफोबिक मटेरियल, हाइड्रोफोबिक मॉइटी या हाइड्रोफोबिक मटेरियल्स, ये सब का क्या होता है? डिफ्यूजन. बट उसमें से गैसेस का डिफ्यूजन सबसे फास्ट. 3 पॉइंट. Diffusion is a slow process, it's a passive process, and gases diffuse faster than the other materials. Who will mention these 3 features of diffusion process? Fatima, aap boliye.
Yes, sir. First point, it is a slow process. Second, it is a passive process. Third, the gaseous diffuse faster than other substance.
Excellent. Next one. Some factors affect the process of diffusion. Number one, सबसे important, the most important factor is the concentration gradient. Tell me, if there is a cell membrane and on one side of this cell membrane there are molecules like this, and on other side of this membrane same material, is there the concentration gradient established? Ha ya na?
No, sir.
It's not. Exactly. Will there be a diffusion in this equilibrium state? No, not possible. So the first thing that is required for diffusion to occur is which thing? Concentration gradient. How many have understood this? Without concentration gradient establishment, you can never have a diffusion. Remember. चलो अगर ये अब ग्रेडियंट एस्टेब्लिश हो गया कि नहीं हुआ? हाँ या ना? That will lead to what? The diffusion. The second factor, pressure. Achha, this is the way the diffusion is happening. One side with the high concentration, another with the low concentration. The moment we exert pressure on one side, the rate of diffusion will increase. जैसे ही आप प्रेशर एक्सर्ट करते हो ना, फोर्स एक्सर्ट करते हो, क्या इंक्रीज होता है? रेट ऑफ डिफ्यूजन. एक चीज, सेम कंसंट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट दो सिस्टम में एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है, बट एक सिस्टम में आप एक्स्ट्रा प्रेशर दे रहे हो, दूसरे में एक्स्ट्रा प्रेशर नहीं दे रहे हो. तो जब आप एक्स्ट्रा प्रेशर देते हो तो डिफ्यूजन रेट इंक्रीज हो जाता है. सेम मैनर एक तीसरा फैक्टर है टेम्परेचर. अगर एक ही मटेरियल का सेम ग्रेडियंट से दो सिस्टम में डिफ्यूजन हो रहा है, one of the system has a higher temperature, another one has a lower. The one with the higher temperature will show faster rate of diffusion. So you could see that pressure and temperature, they increase the rate of diffusion. And fourth है, diffusion also depends upon membrane through which it occurs, that is a diffusion occurs. जिस membrane के through diffusion हो रहा है, उसके properties, उसका nature affect करता है. कैसे affect करता है? That will be my next explanation. But for time being, if I ask you, which four factors influence diffusion rate? Khushi Desai.
First factor is temperature. If there is a higher temperature,
Yeah, temperature. Fine, beta. आगे बढ़ो.
okay, temperature, then pressure, then equilibrium or
Equilibrium की जगह पे मैंने एक और term use किया बेटा.
gradient.
हाँ, yeah, concentration gradient. और चौथा?
And the fourth is the membrane.
Yeah, the one through which the diffusion is occurring. Exactly. So concentration gradient, temperature, pressure, and membrane through which diffusion occurs, they influence the rate of diffusion. आगे जाते हैं. There are 4 different types of membranes about which you have already learned. Permeable, semi-permeable, selectively permeable, and impermeable. Basically, 4 different types of you can say membranes are available in a living systems. Permeable membrane, semi-permeable membrane, selectively permeable membrane, and impermeable membrane. As far as 2 different types of materials are concerned, which need to pass through this membrane, तो एक तो होते हैं solvents और दूसरे होते हैं solutes. Which things pass through the membranes of the cell? One is a solvent, another one is a solute. आपको पता है ना? If I dissolve sugar in the water, sugar is a solute, water is a solvent, and together it's a solution. Are you aware of this fact? तो ये terms आपके लिए clear है. What is a solvent, what is a solute, and what is a solution? Now, one by one, I explain each one. Any membrane through which solutes can diffuse as well as solvent, we call it as a permeable membrane. Example, cell wall. जो टिपिकल प्लांट सेल वॉल होती है, टिपिकल प्लांट सेल वॉल, it has large pores in it through which solutes, solvents, everything can pass. We call it as a permeable membrane. Another one, impermeable membrane, the one which doesn't allow solutes to pass through as well as solvents. That membrane through which solutes cannot pass, solvents cannot pass, is called impermeable membrane. Lignified cell wall, not a typical cell wall. Cell wall in case of tracheids or sclerenchyma, etc., which is highly lignified or suberized. Cork cells. याद है ना आपको cork cells, impervious layer for water and gases. तो वो cork में suberized layer होता है. It makes the wall impermeable. Normally wall में जो pores होते हैं ना, वहां पे lignification and suberized material से वो pores भी block हो जाते हैं. So that is termed as impermeable wall. आगे जाते हैं. The one which will permit diffusion of solvent across it, but not the solute, is termed as semi-permeable membrane. Example, hen egg membrane. मुर्गी का जो अंडा होता है, hen's egg, उसमें एक delicate membrane होता है below the shell, inner side of the shell of the egg. उसका उस membrane को semi-permeable membrane कह सकते हैं. फिर आता है fourth category, selectively permeable membrane. The one which will permit the diffusion of solvent and some selected solutes. देखो मैं कैंसिल करता तो that means it will not allow any solute. मैं yes लिखता, प्लस लिखता या करेक्ट वाला सिग्नल लिखता तो all solutes would be passing through. तो ये permeable बन जाता. मैं एस्ट्रिक के साथ करेक्ट का सिग्नल रख रहा हूं, ये वाला, इसका मीनिंग ये होता है कि it allows some and does not allow others. So solvents को तो allow करता है, but solutes में ये selective है. कुछ solutes को allow करता है, कुछ को नहीं allow करता है. हमारा जो प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन है या सेल मेम्ब्रेन है, in most cells, is a typical example of selectively permeable membrane. तो देखो, अगर डिफ्यूजन हो रहा है बट अगर मेम्ब्रेन इम्परमिएबल है, एक्सक्यूज मी, तो नथिंग विल पास थ्रू इट. टेम्परेचर हाई रखो, प्रेशर हाई रखो, ग्रेडियंट एस्टेब्लिश करके रखो, बट बीच में जो मेम्ब्रेन है वो इम्परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन है, जैसे सुबेराइज्ड या लिग्निफाइड सेल वॉल. तो देन देयर विल बी नो डिफ्यूजन एट ऑल. आपके पास एक सेमी परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन है, उसके अक्रॉस सॉल्वेंट एंड सॉल्यूट दोनों का ग्रेडियंट एस्टेब्लिश हो गया है. टेम्परेचर हायर है, प्रेशर हायर है, ग्रेडियंट है, फिर भी सॉल्वेंट का डिफ्यूजन होगा, सॉल्यूट का नहीं होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि वो मेम्ब्रेन का नेचर इंपॉर्टेंट है, वो सॉल्यूट को परमिट नहीं करता है diffusion. That means the membrane through which the diffusion occurs, it is a very important feature in controlling the pattern and rate of diffusion. I hope you all are clear with the 4 factors which were mentioned earlier. I give you 1 minute. You can copy or you can read this one. And after 1 minute, I will ask 4 types of membranes, their examples, and what passes through them, what doesn't. Is this clear? 1 minute given starts. Okay. चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. देखिए, रुद्र, फिर कशिश, फिर आफिया एंड राही, जो भी थे कोई. चलो रुद्र, फर्स्ट परमिएबल के बारे में.
Yes, sir. It will allow all solids and all solvent to pass through them.
एग्जाम्पल.
Example, typical cell wall.
एक्सीलेंट रुद्र. चलो नेक्स्ट नंबर किसको दिया था मैंने? कशिश.
Yes, sir.
यस लिखू, नो लिखू?
हाँ?
यहाँ पे यस लिखू या नो लिखू?
Yes.
सेमीकोलन.
No.
नो लिखू. हाँ, फिर नेक्स्ट में क्या लिखू?
Yes.
अच्छा, और इसमें क्या लिखू?
An egg membrane.
एक्सीलेंट. चलिए दूसरे थे आफिया. आफिया,
Yes, sir.
यहाँ पे
Sir,
क्या लिखू?
Sir, it permits some selected solute.
सो यहाँ पे मैं सम लिखता हूँ. यहाँ पे क्या लिखू?
Yes, sir, it permits the diffusion of solvent. Yes.
या, और यहाँ पे क्या लिखू?
Example, cell membrane.
एक्सीलेंट. नेक्स्ट वन. कौन थे नेक्स्ट? राही क्या थे? क्या नाम क्या था? खुशी नहीं, ऋषि. माय मिस्टेक. ऋषि, यहाँ पे क्या लिखू?
Both no.
वेरी नाइस. एग्जाम्पल क्या लिखू?
Lignified cell wall, tracheids, cork cells, and sclerenchymatous cells.
एक्सीलेंट. बोलिए, आप में से किसी को डाउट है तो यू कैन आस्क क्वेश्चन, अनम्यूट एंड आस्क. अदरवाइज वी गो टू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. आगे जाते हैं. फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूजन, दैट इज अवर नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. क्या हो गया ये फोटो गैलरी? देखो, facilitated diffusion term itself says that it is what? Diffusion. Term itself says it is what? Diffusion. The only difference is it's a facilitated diffusion. अब मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करता हूं, आप उसको अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे. आज आप लोग बहुत ही बढ़िया मूड में है अंडरस्टैंडिंग के, तो आपको पता चल जाएगा इन अ वे, आई एम श्योर. चेक आउट दिस वन. दोनों का कॉमन डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिखा है, बोथ आर पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्ट, whether the simple diffusion or a facilitated diffusion. Both occur along the gradient. Have a look at this one. तो दोनों में दो चीज कॉमन. नंबर वन, both occur along the gradient, that is downhill. Number two, both occur passively, that is without energy requirement. तो डिफरेंस क्या है? दो डिफरेंस भी है. ये जो मटेरियल्स ट्रांसपोर्ट होते हैं अक्रॉस द सेल मेम्ब्रेन, across the cell membrane. Through diffusion, they are hydrophobic materials, और ये materials जो cell membrane के through pass हो रहे हैं, with the help of specialized proteins in the membrane, as you can see these type of proteins. तो ये मटेरियल वो होते हैं जो हाइड्रोफिलिक होते हैं, जिसको कहते हैं वाटर सॉल्यूबल, और इसको कहते हैं लिपिड सॉल्यूबल. देखो, आप इमेजिन करो कि जो लिपिड सॉल्यूबल हाइड्रोफोबिक मटेरियल है उसको आप मेम्ब्रेन में से इजीली ट्रांसपोर्ट कर सकते हो, बिकॉज मेम्ब्रेन इज इटसेल्फ लिपिड लेयर. और जो हाइड्रोफिलिक मटेरियल है, जैसे वाटर सॉल्यूबल मटेरियल, यू कैन नॉट लेट देम पास थ्रू बाइलेयर. बाइलेयर उसको एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगा. तो हाउ डू यू ट्रांसपोर्ट देम? तो यू ट्रांसपोर्ट देम थ्रू द मेम्ब्रेन via help of specialized proteins. That is the reason why the process is not simply diffusion. It is called facilitated diffusion. Facilitate करना पड़ता है इसको. मैं फिर से सब रिपीट कर देता हूं 5 पॉइंट्स, फिर आप में से कुछ स्टूडेंट्स उसको रिवाइज कराएंगे. Point number 1, where simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion are similar. A, both occur passively, that is without energy utility. 2, both occur downhill, that is along the gradient from higher concentration to lower concentration. Second point, where simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion differ. Number 1, simple diffusion occurs for hydrophobic substances which can pass through bilayer. Facilitated diffusion occurs for hydrophilic substances which cannot pass through lipid bilayer as it is. Second, simple diffusion occurs without any proteins in the membrane. Facilitated diffusion occurs with the help of proteins present in the membrane. Well, 2 similarities and 2 differences. Have you understood the introductory part of this one? Now, I'm going to ask, somebody will describe about 2 similarities between Disha, Parekh and Himanshi. Disha, आप first. Similarities between diffusion and facilitated diffusion.
Yes, sir. So both of them occur along the concentration gradient downhill.
Yes.
And both of them are passive transport.
Which means passive means?
They don't require energy.
Excellent. Next one. Disha, good answer. Next. कौन था भाई?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Himanshi.
Go ahead.
In simple diffusion, hydrophobic material pass through lipid bilayer, and in case of facilitated diffusion, hydrophilic material cannot pass through lipid bilayer. So, in simple diffusion, proteins are not needed, and in the facilitated diffusion, they can pass through with help of proteins.
Yes, very good. So, simple diffusion, it occurs for hydrophobic materials, facilitated diffusion for hydrophilic. For simple diffusion, it occurs through lipid bilayer itself. for facilitated diffusion, it occurs through the proteins present in the bilayer. That is a very good revision. We go to the next topic. It's modalities. How does it occur, the facilitated diffusion? As you can see that there seems to be two different patterns of facilitated diffusion. है तो ये facilitated diffusion which occurs along the gradient passively for hydrophobic substances, and lastly with the help of proteins in the bilayer. The issue is there are two different types of proteins which facilitate such diffusion. One category is known as channels and another category is known as carriers or transporters. Carrier या फिर क्या बोलते हैं उसको, ट्रांसपोर्टर. तो अब हमको दो डिफरेंट टाइप के फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूजन को स्टडी करना है. फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूजन थ्रू channels, facilitated diffusion through transporters. So may I say that there are two different types of facilitated diffusions through channels and through transporters. Do you understand when I say so? बाकी के चार फीचर्स सेम रहेंगे. कौन से चार फीचर्स? नंबर 1 passive transport, number 2 downhill movement, number 3 for hydrophilic substance, number 4 to be facilitated by proteins within the membrane. ये 4 things common. Within this facilitated transport, there are two different patterns depending upon which proteins in the bilayer help. कौन से दो पैटर्न आएंगे facilitated diffusion के? Who is ready to give answer? Raise your hand. Archie, बोलिए आप.
Channels and transporters.
Exactly. Facilitated diffusion through channels, facilitated diffusion through transporters oblique carriers. Hey, correct. So first let us look at facilitated diffusion through channels. देखिए, channels are proteins. So I was talking about that facilitated diffusion occurs in two different ways. One is through channels and another one is through transporter. First, I am explaining the facilitated diffusion through channels. Now these channels can exist in two formats. Our topic is facilitated diffusion through channels present in the cell membrane. There are two types of channels, ion channels and porins. देखो size difference है. Individual ion जैसे Na+, Ca2+, Cl-, etc. Their transportation across the membrane is facilitated by ion channels. That is done by which one? Ion channels. Ion channels basically permit the diffusion of ions. Example, K+ channel, Na+ channel, Ca2+ channel, etc. And they are virtually present in every cell membrane. They are voltage gated. वो आयन के पर्टिकुलर कंसंट्रेशन पे ओपन होते हैं, पर्टिकुलर कंसंट्रेशन पे स्टॉप हो जाते हैं, क्लोज हो जाते हैं, तो उनको कहते हैं वोल्टेज गेटेड चैनल्स. यू सी दे बिहेव लाइक अ पोर इन द मेम्ब्रेन जिसके थ्रू आयंस मूव करेंगे. Who will describe the three lines about ion channels? I am going through. Later you go through. Point number 1. Ion channel. Point number 1. Ion channels are present in all cell membranes. 2. They permit diffusion of ions. Example, K plus channel, Ca2 plus channel, Na plus channel, etc. And 3, most of them are voltage gated. Voltage gated का मीनिंग होता है कि certain concentration of ion पे वो open होते हैं and certain concentration of ion पे वो close हो जाते हैं. 3 lines for ion channels. G.R. Rathod. G.R. Rathod. बोलो बेटा.
Yes, sir. Sir, diffusion of the ion channels, then the examples are Ca2 and Na plus, and third is the voltage gated channels, means at the particular pH they close or they opens.
Exactly. Ion channels present in all cell membranes. 2, they permit diffusion of ions, example K plus, Ca2 plus, etc. And 3, they are voltage gated. Voltage gated means at a certain concentration they open, at a certain concentration of the given ion they remain closed. Do you want to revise this again? किसी और को भी लगा देते काम पे. जुगल पंचाल 3 लाइन फिर से बोल सकते हो?
Yes, sir. Ion channels are present in all cell membranes. Second,
Yeah.
they permit diffusion of ions, for example, Ca2 plus Cl minus K plus etc. Third,
Yeah.
they are voltage gated channels. That is, they behave, that is, at certain concentration they open and at certain concentration they close. That is, they behave like a pore.
Fabulous. You know what? This is the compliment for all of you, those who have participated and those who have made an attempt to participate. This has been my best lecture for 11th standard. आज जैसा रिस्पॉन्स आपने आगे कभी नहीं दिया था. आप अगर स्कूल में ऑफलाइन होते तो आज सबको रिसेस में मेरी ओर से समोसा पार्टी मिल जाती. Excellent. Another example is
સર ઝોમેટો પણ ચાલશે.
બધાના એડ્રેસ ખબર નહીં ને બેટા, એટલે but our party is due as and when you guys come. One day samosa party is due from my side. Chalo, coming back to the second category. Second category was which one? Porine channel. Name क्या था? Porine channel. देखो, ion channel and porine channel are almost similar because both are channel proteins which will permit diffusion. Just ऐसा है कि size variation रहता है. Porine channel थोड़ा bigger होता है compared to which one? Ion channel. देखो, porine channel में से बड़े बड़े molecules pass होते हैं. तो when big molecules pass through the porine channel, तो channel has to be bigger. जबकि आयन चैनल में से छोटे मॉलिक्यूल्स पास होते हैं तो इट इज सपोज टू बी अ स्मॉलर वन. हाउ मेनी हैव अंडरस्टूड द कंसेप्ट व्हाट आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग? दोनों चैनल प्रोटीन्स, बोथ आर tunnel proteins present in the cell membrane which act like the pore in the membrane. The only issue is ion channels have a very narrow tunnel. Porine channels are having bigger size tunnel over there. इतना याद रखना है. एक दो एग्जाम्पल में दे देता हूं पोरिन्स के, कहां पे प्रेजेंट होते हैं. सो पोरिन्स में मटेरियल्स, लार्ज मटेरियल्स को ट्रांसपोर्ट करने के लिए पोरिन्स होते हैं. लाइक एग्जाम्पल, दे आर प्रेजेंट इन द आउटर मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, in the outer membrane of chloroplast and in the outer membrane of bacteria. मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है आपसे. Do you remember one line regarding the outer membrane and inner membrane of mitochondria. याद है आपको? आउटर मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया एंड इनर मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, एक वर्ड था, किसमें परमिएबल वर्ड लिखा था? आउटर के लिए या इनर के लिए?
सर आउटर.
यू रिमेंबर ना? आउटर मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया एंड आउटर मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ क्लोरोप्लास्ट इज परमिएबल. क्यों परमिएबल है? हैव अ लुक. पोरिन चैनल्स आर प्रेजेंट इन दिस आउटर मेम्ब्रेन. ये इनर मेम्ब्रेन है, ये आउटर मेम्ब्रेन है. आउटर मेम्ब्रेन में कैसे चैनल्स है? पोरिन्स. इससे क्या होता है? इससे बड़े बड़े मॉलिक्यूल्स आउटर मेम्ब्रेन को क्रॉस इजीली कर जाते हैं. मैंने बोला ना आपको, फॉर लार्ज साइज मॉलिक्यूल्स, इवन छोटे छोटे प्रोटीनेशियस मॉलिक्यूल्स इसमें से पास हो सकते हैं. सो स्मॉल साइज प्रोटीन से लेकर वेराइटीज ऑफ मटेरियल कैन पास थ्रू दिस थिंग. दिस बिगर चैनल्स आर नोन एज पोरिन्स. छोटी होती तो उनको आयंस के ट्रांसपोर्ट में यूज किया जाता है. वी कॉल देम एज आयन चैनल्स. बिगर मॉलिक्यूल्स एंड मटेरियल्स को ट्रांसपोर्ट करना है तो पोरिन. आयन को ट्रांसपोर्ट करना है तो आयन चैनल. मॉलिक्यूल्स को ट्रांसपोर्ट करना है तो पोरिन चैनल्स. एग्जाम्पल, पोरिन चैनल्स प्रेजेंट इन दी outer membrane of chloroplast, outer membrane of mitochondria, and outer membrane of bacterial cell. There are some specialized porins present in the cell membrane meant for water transport. उनको कहते हैं एक्वापोरिन. डिफरेंट ह्यूमंस में 8 डिफरेंट टाइप्स के एक्वापोरिन्स होते हैं. प्रोटीन से बने हुए चैनल्स होते हैं. देखो, आप एक एग्जाम्पल को अंडरस्टैंड करो. ये सेल के मेम्ब्रेन के दोनों साइड पे ओपन होता है. बाहर से वाटर अंदर जाता है और ये पूरा पोरिन यूनिट है. ये पूरा पोरिन यूनिट है. इसके थ्रू वाटर पास होके सेल के अंदर आता है. ये सिंपलेस्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन है, आप देख सकते हो. वाटर इज कमिंग फ्रॉम आउटसाइड टू इनसाइड द सेल वाया दिस पोरिन चैनल्स. ऐसे बहुत सारे पोरिन चैनल्स है. आप इधर देखो, इधर देखो, इधर देखो, इधर देखो. So through many porine channels, water can always come inside the cell from outside. Regarding the porins, I am explaining certain things. You will remember and reply. Point number 1. For large sized molecule transportation, porins are employed by the cell membrane. Location: outer membrane of chloroplast, outer membrane of mitochondria, and outer membrane of bacterial cell. Example, aquaporins, the water channels transporting the water across the cell membrane. 8 different types of such aquaporine channels are available in the body. Let me see how many are ready with this one. Diya Vyas. Where are aquaporins located? 3 sites. Diya Vyas.
Yes, sir.
First, where are they located?
Sir, they are located in the cell membrane.
But other locations, main locations for them? Chaliye, Shreya, other locations, main locations for them?
Yes, sir. In the outer membrane of chloroplast, mitochondria, and bacteria.
Perfect. That's it. Good. First, they are located in outer membrane of chloroplast, outer membrane of mitochondria, and outer membrane of bacteria. Second, what do they transport across them? Which materials? Any one or two examples? अच्छा, उसके examples बोल सकते हो porins के? Water can be transported and other molecules can be transported, such as a small size proteins can also pass through them. तीसरा, how many types of aquaporine channels are available in the body? बोलिए. You all can write down. How many types of aquaporine channels? 8 exactly. Xanilani, etc. So porine के बारे में आपको याद रखना है. Number 1, they are located in outer membrane of mitochondria, chloroplast, and bacteria. Number 2, they transport water as well as small size proteins and other molecules. Number 3, aquaporine, the specialized porins for water transport. There are 8 different types of such porins. Here I conclude the topic of facilitated diffusion through channels, which are made up of tunnel proteins, which are acting like pores in the membrane. They occur in 2 different manner, through ion channels and through porine channels. Now I switch over to the next one, transporter or carrier mediated facilitated diffusion. Facilitated diffusion in which the, देखिए, carrier protein is involved. देखिए, इसको carrier protein कहते हैं. ये एक साइड से दूसरी साइड पे मटेरियल को ट्रांसपोर्ट कर रहा है. So it is called as a carrier. Basically what it does is it binds with the substrate or substance to be transported. ये substance, ये carrier, substance binds with the carrier and carries it to the other side of the membrane and releases it over there. आपने डिफरेंस देखा? चैनल में क्या होता है? It's a tunnel protein. It remains as it is and it acts like a pore through which material will pass. एक टनल है जिसमें से मटेरियल पास हो जाएगा. It doesn't bind with the substance. Whereas in a facilitated diffusion through transporter or a carrier binds with the substance and carries it to the other side. In a channel mediated facilitated diffusion, channel acts like a pore in the membrane through which, without binding, material just passes from one side to another side of the membrane. In a transporter or a carrier mediated facilitated diffusion, substance binds with the carrier, carrier moves across the membrane and releases the substance at the other side of the membrane. This is called as carrier mediated facilitated diffusion. Who will give the difference between two different forms of facilitated diffusion? Check out. एक में channel mediated, दूसरे में carrier mediated. Rudra.
Yes, sir. In a channel-mediated facilitated diffusion, the carrier does not bind with the substances. It acts like a pore through which the substance passes through another side.
Yeah, so उसके लिए बेटा carrier word नहीं use करते, channel word use करते हैं.
Okay, sorry, sir. Channel. And in a transporter or carrier-mediated facilitated diffusion, the substance binds with the carrier, and the carrier travels through the cell membrane and releases the substance to the another side.
Fabulous. I hope you all have understood the major difference between two different formats of facilitated diffusion. दोनों same है facilitated diffusion, but one is done through channel which is like a tunnel protein. Without binding with the substance, it transports the substance to the other side. In another one, it's a carrier or a transporter that binds with the substance at one side, moves across the membrane and releases the substance at the other side of the membrane. That is how it works. बोलिए, इसमें कोई डाउट है तो अनम्यूट करके पूछिए, अगर नहीं है तो मैं आगे एक्सप्लेन करने जा रहा हूं 3 different types of carrier driven facilitated diffusion. बोलिए श्रेया, कोई डाउट है?
No, sir.
अच्छा, और किसी को कोई डाउट है तो आप क्वेश्चन रेस करो, वरना आगे जाते हैं. Done, no doubts. This is cell membrane. This is the carrier, and it is helping in transport of the or facilitated diffusion of the materials across the membrane. आप देखो कैसे होता है ये पूरा प्रोसेस. Check out this first one. There are 3 different types of transporter mediated facilitated diffusion. One is called uniport, another one is called antiport, third is called symport. Uniport, antiport, symport. First of all, uniport. In this type of transportation, molecules move across the membrane independent of other molecules. Only one type of molecule will transport in this case through the carrier independently. अच्छा, बाकी दो में अगर आप ऑब्जर्व करो carefully, if you observe carefully in other cases, a transporter is transporting 2 different types of molecules at a time. How many are able to make out? Yeah, that means you are able to make out this thing. अब देखो carefully. In antiport, A and B molecules are transported. In symport, A and B molecules are transported. Whereas in uniport, only one type of molecule is being transported. इसमें क्या होता है? Transportation occurs only if both the molecules are ready for transport with their concentration gradient at the same time. Imagine A का gradient established है लेकिन B का gradient नहीं है, तो ये एंटीपोर्ट या सिम्पोर्ट नहीं हो सकते. इसीलिए यूनिपोर्ट में वर्ड क्या यूज किया है? A particular type of molecule will move across the membrane independently of other molecules. जैसे इस मॉलिक्यूल का ग्रेडियंट है वो ट्रांसपोर्ट होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. ये भी कह सकते हो कि यूनिपोर्ट मींस ओनली सिंगल टाइप ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल बीइंग फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूज्ड ओवर देयर. सिंपल एज दैट. तो एंटीपोर्ट सिम्पोर्ट के बारे में क्या कह सकते हो? In each case, parallelly, 2 molecules will move across the membrane. अच्छा, उसमें भी एंटीपोर्ट में क्या होता है? A is moving across the membrane, B is moving across the membrane, but can you see the direction? They are moving in a same direction or in opposite direction? Opposite direction. अगर A आउटसाइड से इनसाइड जा रहा है तो B देखो वो इनसाइड से आउटसाइड आ रहा है. सो A is diffused in, B is diffused out. A का ग्रेडियंट उसको अंदर ले जाता है, B का ग्रेडियंट बाहर ले जाता है. जब तक ए नहीं आएगा बी ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं होगा, बी नहीं आएगा ए नहीं ट्रांसपोर्ट होगा. It is a dependence on each other. So two molecules are facilitated diffused in opposite direction, or facilitated diffusion of two molecules or both different molecules. ये word use करना है, both different molecules in a opposite direction. अब आप symport को देखिए. Facilitated diffusion of two different types of molecules. यहां तक तो ये दोनों डेफिनेशन सेम है, बट इन अ सेम डायरेक्शन. देखो दोनों किस डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं? सेम डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज सिम्पॉट. देखो एंटीपॉट सिम्पॉट में एक चीज कॉमन रहती है. टाइप ऑफ फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूजन इन विच टू डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स विल मूव, कॉमा. अगर मैं लिखता हूं इन ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन तो इट बिकम्स द डेफिनेशन फॉर एंटीपॉड. अगर मैं लिखता हूं इन अ सेम डायरेक्शन तो वो डेफिनेशन बनता है सिम्पॉड. और अगर मैं ऐसा लिखता हूं अ फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूजन इन विच only one type of molecules are transported across the membrane by the carriers, it is called as unipod. First my turn to define and later your turn to repeat. Facilitated diffusion of only one type of molecule across the membrane is called unipod transport. Facilitated diffusion of two different types of molecules across the membrane in an opposite direction, antipod. Third, facilitated diffusion of two different types of molecules across the membrane in a same direction, it is called sympod. It is known as sympod. Who will define three different? चलो फर्स्ट को जिया यूनिपॉड, फिर जुगल will describe antipod, and Afia will describe sympod. Yes, first.
The facilitated diffusion in which only one type of molecule can transfer from the membrane is called unipod.
Fabulous.
Antipod, a facilitated diffusion in which two different molecules will move across membrane in an opposite direction.
Fabulous.
Sympod, in which facilitated diffusion of two different type of molecules across the membrane will move in the same direction.
क्या खा के आए हो आज आप लोग? जो भी खाया है हर रोज खा के बैठो, बहुत ही अच्छे आंसर्स दे रहे हो. तीसरा है एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट. You know, simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion, and then comes the third one, which is called as active transport. You see, if this is the material on one side and this is the same material on other side, can you make out the material is moving from low concentration to high concentration? Hi, Anna. Is it the transport of material along the gradient or against the gradient? Is it downhill or an uphill movement? You see, for doing this, it requires energy of ATP molecule. Can I call it as a passive process or an active process? Is it a passive process or an active process? Active process it is, because energy is utilized. Basically, it is about forcing, pumping the molecules against concentration gradient by some specialized proteins. You call it as a pump protein. प्रोटीन्स। जैसे फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूजन में था ना चैनल प्रोटीन्स एंड कैरियर प्रोटीन्स, तो इसको क्या कहते हैं? पंप प्रोटीन्स। सो अब डेफिनेशन ऐसा बनता है, pumping of molecules and ions against concentration gradient by pump proteins present in the membrane utilizing the energy of ATP. It is called as active transport. इसको मैं डिफरेंट वे में एक्सप्लेन करता हूं. नंबर 1, does active transport require any help of protein? Yes. Which proteins? Pump proteins of the cell membrane. Second, does it require energy? Yes, it's an active process which will require energy of ATP. And third, in which direction? तो के लिख सकते हो against gradient from low concentration to high concentration. This pumping is known as active process. Who will describe these 3 features of active transport? 3 important features of active transport. Rishi, number 1. Okay, he's not able to reply. Fatima.
Yes, sir. First, it will be it will against the gradient. Second, it is going from low to high, so it is a uphill movement. And third, it occurs by a specialized protein which we also call pumping or forcing.
Pump proteins. और ये?
Yes, it is an active transport which occurs due to ATP production.
नहीं, प्रोडक्शन नहीं, एटीपी यूटिलाइजेशन. चलो, आप में से फिर से कोई ट्राई करेगा?
सर कैन आई?
सर कैन आई?
ऋषि, आपका टर्न था. कोई है जिसका ट्राई अभी नहीं हुआ है अब तक? नहीं, ऐसा तो कोई नहीं है. चलो श्रेया, आप बोलो 3 लाइन इसके बारे में.
Yes, sir. Active transport occurs from lower to high concentration, that is a uphill transport, occurs against the concentration gradient, requires energy, so it is known as an active process. Pumping molecules through pump proteins.
It involves pumping of the molecules with the help of pump proteins, or you may say pump proteins are involved in this process. Yes, 3, perfect. So that is about the active transport. अच्छा, एक फीचर है जो आपको लर्न करना है regarding these transports, के ये जो प्रोटीन्स होते हैं फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूजन में इसको क्या कहते हैं? चैनल्स. फिर इसको क्या कहते हैं? कैरियर. और यहाँ पे इसको क्या कहते हैं? पंप प्रोटीन्स. Am I right? Proteins are not required only if there is a simple diffusion. ये वाला. बाकी सब में तो प्रोटीन्स रिक्वायर्ड है. तो कौन से प्रोटीन्स हैं? तो चैनल प्रोटीन्स will facilitate diffusion. Carrier proteins facilitated diffusion. 3 subcategories: unipod, antipod and sympod. फिर आते हैं पंप प्रोटीन्स फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ, यू कैन से, एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट. तो ये प्रोटीन्स जब भी इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, what happens is that process becomes specific. जैसे आयन चैनल है तो सोडियम चैनल है, तो इट कैन परमिट ओनली ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ सोडियम आयन. जैसे calcium channel is there, then it will permit transport of only calcium ion. So these processes become very specific. So is the case for unipod, sympod, antipod. A particular carrier can transport glucose molecule, yeah, glucose and sodium ion. So it can transport only those two things, glucose and sodium. It cannot transport anything else. चाहे एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट हो, एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ अमाइनो एसिड है या एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ ग्लूकोज है, जो भी एग्जांपल है, एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट of a particular material it can carry out, nothing else. इस फीचर को कहते हैं स्पेसिफिसिटी. इस फीचर को क्या कहते हैं? स्पेसिफिसिटी. That generally facilitated diffusion and active transport are specific in nature. Given channel or given transporter or given pump protein, if it is concerned with transport of a one particular material, it will specifically transport that material only and no other material. Who will define the specificity feature of these processes? Rudra.
Yes, sir. Specificity is the feature of proteins which facilitates diffusion, that is facilitate diffusion and active transport. It states that a protein is specified to transport certain molecules, such as Na protein will only transport Na plus ions, and in other transport only, and in uniport diport. Uniport symport, only specified proteins will transport through the concentration gradient.
Yeah, so basically one of the feature of facilitated diffusion and active transport, which explains that given channel or a carrier or a pump protein, when they are involved in transportation of a one particular material, they will transport specifically that material only and nothing else. दूसरा है inhibition. How many of you remember that in enzymes we have studied about this inhibition feature? याद है आपको? That enzyme with the active side, a particular inhibitor will bind, competitive inhibitor, and will stop the functioning of enzyme. Same thing happens for these channels and carriers and pump proteins. They all can get inhibited. When a particular inhibitor which works upon them, it binds to them, their functions can get inhibited easily. So that is another phenomenon. What did I say? Some inhibitor chemicals can stop the functioning of these channels and these proteins or carriers and pump proteins present in the cell membrane and can block their activity. Remember. एक तीसरा फीचर है जिसको कहते हैं सैचुरेशन. अब ये क्या होता है? You see, the number of such units in the membrane are limited. जैसे सोडियम चैनल्स है, तो एक सेल के मेम्ब्रेन में certain number of sodium channels है, उससे ज्यादा तो नहीं होती. पूरी की पूरी all channels are not sodium channels. So there is a limited number of such units concerned with the transportation of the different material. ऐसा. Now, for example, in a given cell membrane, you have 100 sodium channels. Imagine if all 100 are occupied parallelly, and if all of them transport the sodium ion at a given point of time. The rate of sodium ion transportation will reach to maximum, but it will get stagnant or get saturated, means the rate cannot go further higher to this one. Means 100 channel per second अगर एक आयन को ट्रांसफर करते हैं तो 100 से ज्यादा फिर नहीं बढ़ेगा नंबर. तो इसमें एक सैचुरेशन पॉइंट आता है. व्हाट इज अ सैचुरेशन पॉइंट? The point above to which no further increase in the transportation rate can happen, that maximum rate of transportation beyond which the rate cannot be further increased is known as which point? Saturation point. मीनिंग क्या है इसका? आपने एंजाइम्स में लर्न किया था. एंजाइम्स के लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं. Each one can bind with the certain number of substrate molecules. If all those enzyme molecules and all those active sites are filled up, rate of the enzyme activity will go to max, but it cannot be further increased because all enzyme molecules are busy. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? इसको कहते हैं saturation point. Because these proteins present in the membrane for active transport or for facilitated transport in the form of channels and carriers, their numbers in the membrane are limited. So after one stage, when all the concerned units are busy in transport, the rate of transport reaches to maximum, but it becomes saturated also. Rate cannot be further increased. ऐसा सिंपल डिफ्यूजन में इसलिए नहीं होता है कि इट इज डन थ्रू मेम्ब्रेन, और मेम्ब्रेन का स्प्रेड अनलिमिटेड है. तो सिंपल डिफ्यूजन में सैचुरेशन नहीं आता है, स्पेसिफिसिटी नहीं आती है. क्यों नहीं आती है? इनहिबिशन नहीं आता है. क्यों ये तीन चीजें नहीं आती है? क्या है जो इन तीन में कॉमन है? क्या हो रहा है यार ये? Why I'm not able to write down? क्या हो रहा है ये? छोड़ो. Anything that I am writing, it is disappearing. ऐसा क्यों? Anyways, आपको पता चला मैं क्या कहना चाहता हूं? In which 3 points simple diffusion differs from facilitated diffusion and active transport together? Tell me. Number 1. बोलिए श्रेया.
The feature of specificity.
Number 2.
Inhibition.
Number 3.
Saturation.
Exactly. क्यों facilitated diffusion specific नहीं है? Because materials don't have to bind anything. They just have to pass through what? Lipid bilayer. Whereas here they have to pass through specific size channels. They have to bind with specific carriers or pump proteins. So these two are specific, not the simple diffusion. दूसरा, inhibition. Chemicals can bind with these channels and carriers and pump proteins and block them. This kind of a blockage of entire cell membrane is not possible. So again, there is a difference. Inhibition can happen with facilitated diffusion and active transport, not with diffusion. Teesra point, saturation. Why would the rate reaching up to the one limit further cannot be increased in facilitated and active transport? Because it is done by the limited number of units, which are protein units involved in the process. Once they all are occupied, rate goes to max, but cannot further increase. So how about simple diffusion? It just occurs through the lipid bilayer. So unlimited access. How many are clear with this, what I have explained? Is this clear to all of you? Simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion, active transport. फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी, मैं आप यहाँ पे प्रॉपर्टी लिखता हूं, आप मुझे यस या नो में आंसर देना है आपको. ओके, सो प्रोटीन रिक्वायरमेंट इन द मेम्ब्रेन, क्या मैं लिखूं, यस या नो लिखूं? रुद्र.
Sir, in simple diffusion, no.
फिर नेक्स्ट में,
Yes.
फिर नेक्स्ट में,
Yes.
यू आर राइट. और फैसिलिटेड डिफ्यूजन में तो दो टाइप के प्रोटीन, कौन से? चैनल एंड कैरियर. चलो मैं दूसरा पॉइंट लिखता हूं, सिलेक्टिवनेस. खुशी देसाई.
Sir, in simple diffusion, no. And yes for the rest too.
यस खुशी, यू आर एब्सोल्युटली राइट. फिर मैं तीसरा प्रॉपर्टी लिखता हूं, ट्रांसपोर्ट saturation phenomenon, it occurs or not. तो किसको मैं चांस देता हूं? गालव को.
Yes, sir. In simple diffusion, no, and in facilitated diffusion, yes, and in active transport, yes.
That is correct, isn't it? फिर मैं लिखता हूं यहां पे एक और प्रॉपर्टी, uphill transport. So how many of you think that simple diffusion is uphill and other one is up? So मैं चांस देता हूं GR राठौड़ को. जी यस नो लिखाइए.
Sir, in simple and facilitated diffusion, it is no, and in active diffusion, it is yes.
Yes, you are right. फिर लास्ट में आता है एनर्जी रिक्वायरमेंट, ATP energy requirement. For that one has to write down who should be involved in the process. तो वही लोग है, जुगल पंचाल.
Sir, simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion, no, and active transport, yes.
बोलो आपको पता चला? Have you guys understood this or not? Fine. Today we have started the chapter within the plant physiology unit. The name of the chapter, transport in plants. First, we talked about the two types of transportation, short distance and long distance transport that has to occur in the plants. Okay. Then we discussed about the short distance transportation, which can occur in three different ways: simple diffusion, and then facilitated diffusion, and then active transport. In these three formats, this process occurs. We saw the details of each one, simple and then facilitated one, which occurs either through channels and carriers, under the channels, ion channels and porins, whereas under the carriers or transporters, unipod, antipod, and sympod, three varieties. And then we saw the active transport, how it occurs with the help of pump proteins, faster process. We also compared the three different modes of transportation which are employed by the cells for transportation within the cell to outside, as well as from one cell to another one. So comparison of simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion, and active transport regarding their certain properties. Here I conclude today's lecture. Next lecture, a very dangerous topic, but very important topic, difficult and challenging one. But one thing is for sure, the way today you have reacted magnificently extraordinarily. Majority of you participating, unmuting, or through written replies. It shows that I can teach you online also in a good manner. You can learn in a good manner the way you have participated today. Excellent. So thank you so much to all. And I'm leaving you a little bit early as there was no break given. Consider this as a break itself. See you in the next lecture. Thank you. Yes, Jugal, bye. Disha, bye.